Look, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with the Get Up and Go Challenge. Have you ever been, and have you ever noticed you're going out with a group of friends, or you're going out with one friend for lunch? You decide you're going to get together and have lunch. Now that COVID's kind of on the slowdown for most people, lunch places are open again. Maybe you're at work, you want to go out and get some lunch, and your friend cannot make a decision, can absolutely not decide where they want to go to eat. So the two of you go back and forth. You waste like 10 minutes of your lunch break because nobody can make a decision and decide where to go. This leads to our topic today, the topic that I think is one of the toughest things, toughest questions for most people. And if you ask 10 people this question, I would say 8 to 9 of them will not be able to answer it. They'll give you a whole list of what they don't like or don't want, but they won't be able to tell you the answer to the question. So what is this question? What is our topic today? Our topic is, what do you want? The question is, one of the toughest questions you will ever ask someone is, what do you want? Well, you might say, well, going out to lunch and making a decision like that really isn't a big deal. So what's the big deal if I don't make a decision? I don't honor myself and say what I want, where I want to go, what I feel like eating today. So many people say, well, what do you feel like having for lunch today? This just happened with my mom and my sisters. We went out to lunch last Saturday, and all of us were like, well, where do you want to go? And then one of my sisters said, well, this place or this place. Well, one was in one town, one was the opposite direction in another state in another town. And so that made it pretty easy to decide which one we wanted to go to. And I think I was one that said first, hey, let's go to this one because of this, this, and this. And then everybody just agreed and we went. But otherwise, we could sit for a half an hour at my mom's house or in the car or at one of my sisters, going back and forth between the four of us, deciding where to go eat. When it doesn't really matter where we go eat, right? Because we're going to eat lunch again tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. But what does matter is our ability to, number one, identify what's right for us, what do we want, and number two, then to decide and move toward that all the time. So today, my question for you is, what do you want? Yesterday we talked about, well, what are the biggest reasons we want to be doing this challenge and participating in this challenge? And so think about that. Why are you doing the challenge leads to, well, what do you want? What outcome? What do you expect to get out of it? What do you need? What do you desire? Our tool today, and this one might be hard for some people, and I'm going to ask you to suspend whatever beliefs you have about possibility, because our tool is infinite possibility. Now, if you believe that only every situation there's only one or two things that can happen, either you do nothing or you make this massive change that totally impacts your life forever. If you believe something like that there's a limited number of possibilities, like only one or two options, I want you to please just suspend that belief today, and to do our action item, to do our exercise, to use this tool, I want you to think about and just list out all of the things that you want. The things that come to mind first are the things probably that you want the most. And then make a big list, make a really big list, and let yourself know that there is no limit. Or imagine, if you don't believe this, just suspend for a few minutes while you do this exercise. Imagine that there are no limits. Imagine there's no limit to your resources. All the money, all the time, all the energy, all the abilities, all the skills, anything you would need to have the thing that you want. What would be the things that you want? And then for most people, and this is very common, like I said, 8 out of 10 people, if I ask you, well, what do you want? What do you expect to get out of this? What's your outcome? They won't know, but they'll start listing all the things they don't want. I work with a lot of business owners, so I don't want to work all the time. I don't want to be on call 24/7. I don't want to have to make all the decisions. And they'll list out all the things they don't want, and I immediately challenge them to switch that around and say, okay, well, what's the opposite of that? If you don't want to make all the decisions, then you want a team of decision makers that can help and support you in growing your business, etc. So if you find yourself making a list of don't wants, and then after you make your list, read through it and say, oh, well, this is really a negative. This is something I don't want. So what's the opposite of that? What do I really want? And end up with a list for yourself that we'll use throughout the challenge of things that you absolutely, positively want. Doesn't matter if you think you can ever have them or not. It's like, if anything were possible, if you could just have a magic wand or a genie in a bottle that would give you anything you could possibly imagine, what do you want? What can you imagine? Maybe it's got to do with the type of relationship that you want. Maybe it's something you want for other people. Maybe it's something you want to change the world. Maybe it's just perfect health. Maybe it's perfect physical health. Maybe it's to weigh what you did in high school. Whatever it is, write it down. And then our action item today is to share 3 of those things in the comments below. Now, if I think about all of the things that I possibly want, let me see what I got for time. I got lots of time today. I'm talking fast. So what do I want? I've got a list of things that I want. I've had it for a long, long time. And on that, I prioritize those things. And then I pick on the things that I want, and I set a long-term legacy lifetime goal. And so if I'm thinking about this from infinite possibilities standpoint, that anything's possible no matter what, that there's plenty of resources in the world for me to create what it is that I want, I would say I want a couple of things. Number one, and these will sound grandiose to a lot of people, but each of us are different. The things that I wanted, 20 years ago are different than the things I want now. For example, I would like to travel before my eyesight actually deteriorates to the point where I can't see anything. Right now I have very limited vision. I am legally blind, but I still doesn't slow me down too much. But I would like to travel while I can still see beauty all around us. That would be one of the things that I want. And I guess if it was infinite possibilities, there would be some magic surgery that I was able to regain my eyesight, so I'd have perfect vision and perfect eyesight. That would be one. What's another one? I would like to positively impact the life of 1 billion people. Not just 1 million, not just 10, 1 billion. That's a lot, right? But if anything is possible, why would I not want to have a positive impact, by the way, on as many people as possible? And then what would my third one be? People, travel. Oh, I would actually like perfect health in all the areas and aspects of my life. Remember, perfect to me might be different than you, just like my ability to make decisions might be different, quicker, and easier than yours, because I've practiced a lot, made a lot of decisions. Challenges aren't really a challenge for me. I think they're opportunities because I've done so many. And so that's it. What do you want? Just what do you want? Not what do you want it. What do you want? If anything's possible, share 3 things in the comments below. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for day 4 of our 30-day free Get Up and Go Challenge. Get up, go do this. It's quick, easy. It's actually fun. See how positively it impacts your day when you actually give yourself permission to think about the things that you want, knowing anything is possible. All right, have a great day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.